For Off the Block, I'm Vinny Lopes, and I'm now joined by Loyola men's volleyball head coach Mark Hulse after his team rallied from a 2-0 deficit to defeat Ohio State in a fifth game overtime. And Coach, I have to ask you, how are you guys able to do it and get the big comeback win tonight?
Yeah, we served a lot better with a lot more purpose on the back end of it. That made a big difference. I think they served about as tough as they did early throughout, frankly, which is real tough. And I don't know, they got 5-6 guys that are bringing it, and 3 of them are bringing something pretty special. But really, we responded differently on the back end, and we talk about some of the corny stuff maybe too often, I feel like, but it was just about what we did after the ace test. Did we look at the floor, or did we kind of look at the guy next to us and say, hey, good serve, and let's go side out, and let's go find a way. And there was a kind of a paradigm shift in the third, fourth, fifth, and we just played tougher for the guy next to us, and I think it made all the difference.
Well, talking about that fifth game, and we talked about the serving, you guys ended on ace, with Jake Freeman coming in, and maybe not necessarily the guy you would think in the game-winning ace, but, what made you in that situation sub and put Jake in for having him come off the bench?
Yeah, so he went in for Narup, who'd been serving well for us. Jake serves for us a lot. Frankly, we thought they were going to they were going to set Nick Scherzen, and he had just been teeing off on our left back digger, and we love Paul. But I think Jake is maybe a better digger in that spot, and that was most of it, is we thought he could maybe hang in there and get hit by it and keep it on our side of the court. And he served a real nice ball, though, and he's a tough guy, and we got a good bounce. But, man, it worked out.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I want to ask you offensively. You guys hit 310 tonight. Garrett Zoll's been running the offense. Can you just talk about his ability this season to, as a freshman, really seem to kind of master this offense?
Yeah, last night wasn't his best night. He's a feel guy, We sometimes we think he could maybe run it in silence. I think he can kind of see his hitters in the peripheries a little bit. He kind of knows what each guy likes in some scenarios. He found the feel again tonight. But yeah, we watch a little bit of video here and there, and we think we kind of can. We had 4 guys with 10 kills or something like that, or real close to it. We have a decent ability, I think, to kill it in a couple of different ways, and so he can just sort of feel out, hey, what does the hitter want in the scenario? But I don't know, maybe what's the other team trying to do to slow it down, and can we kind of counter punch accordingly, which makes it tough, I think.
Yeah. Well, Coach, this season you seemingly have had some players step up at different times tonight. Ryan Jamison, 10 kills, hit 364. Can you just talk about his play and how good that is for you as a coach to just kind of see different players step up throughout the season?
Yeah, I think we've had 4 outside hitters start and finish matches, and that we've won. And young guys, old guys, and so hey, tonight it was Ryan. Colin's been pretty steady. He did a nice job as well, and Ryan, coming off an ankle injury, is sort of finding his rhythm. He gives us a lot of glue, which is huge, especially when a team is serving the way Ohio State is. It gets heavy in there, and he helped us, I think, respond pretty well to that tonight, and he plays a little bit of defense and made a couple big plays at the end on the defensive side, which were huge for us. So it was nice having him back this weekend.
And Coach, looking at the big picture, obviously, as you guys are in the hunt for an MIVA title this season, how big is this win for you against Ohio State?
I think what we've seen is what other people are doing is everyone's winning at home by and large, and it's tough to win on the road, and man, we felt it this past weekend. Fort Wayne was a real tough one. We got out of there with a win, and we didn't have enough at Ball State. And hey, we were able to hold home court. Lewis was able to hold home court over the weekend as well. And I know we got some tight matches going on as we speak. Elsewhere, a couple 5-setters, and so you've got to hold it down at home. But man, the flip side is you got to be able to win on the road. You got to earn a couple of those, and so we got work to do on both fronts. But it's going to be an interesting shake, not just in the MIVA, but I think in a lot of these leagues.
All right. And Coach, final question, we'll let you go on this. Obviously a big win tonight, you're enjoying that, but you have a big rivalry match coming up this week against Lewis, and right now the winner of that's going to be in sole possession of first place. Can you just give us your initial thoughts on the the rivalry between you guys and what you expect from this home match coming up midweek.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. That's all I know. We've had some common opponents. We've played a real similar schedule, so we've gotten to see kind of defaults, some video on those guys, and likewise against us. They, as a staff, man, they do a real good job, and so it's going to be a tough one. And I don't know, hopefully everybody comes out. If you're listening and you live anywhere nearby, get in your car and drive out to our place Wednesday night and pack this place.